Hey YouTube, it is early April and it is time to get out in the garden and the orchard. What I'm going to be doing today is spraying our apple trees with Dormant spray and a copper fungicide. And it is just the time to do this. The main thing we're going to do right now is going to be spraying with All Seasons horticultural oil, which is a dormant spray, and we're going to be trying to cover the entire tree, top, mostly bottom, in all the cracks and crevices. This is just basically just a mineral oil spray, so it's not a chemical. We don't need to, suit up like hazmat suit for this. This is going to be something that will treat for scale disease, but also for a lot of the bugs. We have a huge problem with, I believe, codling moth here. I'm not an expert. I am not an orchard expert on any level. This is just what we're going to do this year for codling moth, aphids, mites, things like that. Any of the bugs that have overwintered on these trees, this oil basically will go into the cracks and crevices where the eggs and larvae are, and it will smother them and hopefully help control that population as it starts to come out in the spring. And we're going to do this more than once this year, but the time to start this is at sort of when the buds begin to swell as those trees are waking up. We're going to be combining it with this, which is a Monterey copper fungicide. And I just got these at Ace. You can probably find them anywhere. I know they didn't have them at Home Depot because we specifically went and looked. And make sure to read the label on these because they're going to have tons of pages of info. You can crack that open and read. They will have all kinds of info about what crop you're treating, what disease, what insect, and it will have all of your application rates and the breakdown of how to use this and even when to use it. So make sure you read the labels on these. We're going to go out. And this is the active ingredient in this is copper diammonia diacetate complex, whatever that means. But again, not a super strong chemically thing that I'm going to suit up, and mask up or do anything super hazmat-y for this. We're going to combine these. I have a tank sprayer that I'm probably going to use, but I might have, and I would like it if I do, is to have one of those hose end sprayers where you can pour your oils and products right into like a hopper, and the water from the hose will run through it and it will blend it automatically as it comes through. I might have one of those. If I don't, we're going to use a tank pump sprayer. Let's get out to the garden and see what the situation is on spray apparatus. All right, so I love my little old stool. I've got these mixed, and I did add both. I'm a little bit late this year doing this, but I was gone, so we're doing it a tad bit late. We've got them, according to the label, both products added to 2 gallons of water. I'm going to see, I think I only have 3 apple trees to spray, so we'll see if this is enough, or if it's too much, I'll let you know. And I'm going to give this a really good shake, and let's get over to the orchard, and we just want to make sure we get coverage on as much of this tree as we can possibly get. Something to remember here too, you do not want to spray when you have buds going, especially as we get closer into the spring once we get bees flying, because you're going to damage the pollinators. So these look beautiful. This is a tree from last year, already putting out a ton of flowers. So we've got this big apple, and this smaller apple. And we are just at bud break. We're just starting to see some green. So I am almost too late to get started on this, but I was traveling, and so we're hitting these a little bit later than I would think would be the right timing, but I, again, not an expert. So I'm going to go ahead and do all 3 of these, and let's see how much 2 gallons will cover. And as it turns out, I did not have the flow-through sprayer hose end one, so we're doing this. This is 2 gallons all mixed up, and what I'm going to do is start at the trunk and work my way up to the top. You want to do this on a day when it's above 40, when it's not going to freeze the next night, when it's not windy, there's a tiny bit of a breeze starting up, and when it's not going to rain in the next 24 hours. And I'm going to come up from underneath like this, so we're getting under all of these limbs and buds, and then the idea of that is that the spray will go up past, and then the residue will fall down on the tops of the branches, so it will cover some of that upper portion of the tree. And again, this isn't a chemical, so I'm good. It's just oil, like mineral oil. And it looks like it's going fairly high. Good. Okay, that makes me feel better. And again, you want to try to make sure that you're getting coverage on as much of this tree as possible, all these little limbs. And stay out of the overspray if you can. If this was any other kind of chemical, you'd want to be suited up for sure. Like glasses, all the, glasses and long clothes, which I have on. I don't have glasses on, but for sure you'd want to do glasses and or even a mask. And these run out of pressure pretty quick. So I'm just going to go through the whole orchard and do this, and I'll let you know how much it took when we get done. So that one is done. I'm probably going to have to mix up a little bit more to get these two behind me finished. And I will post in the description the rest of the schedule for apple trees and what we're going to be doing with them this year. This is mostly to just fight codling moth that we have a lot of problem with. The larvae that burrow into the fruit, or they burrow all the way into the center of the fruit, and in the fall it's a real pain to deal with. And you have imperfect fruit, which kind of stinks. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these. Check below for the rest of the apple tree schedule that I'm going to be using. Again, I'm not an expert at all, so it's just what I've written down for notes for what we're going to do. The rest of these, the plum, I'm probably not going to do much with because our plum tree always does great and I never have any damage to that fruit. And these newer ones, I may spray these two cherries, but the apricots are already budding out. So we'll probably hit the cherries with the same spray just as a preventative for this year. And I think that's all I'm going to do out here today. I hope this helped you sort of maybe simplify this. It's something I haven't done over the years and I should have. And we're just playing catch up now. So again, advice from a non-expert. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.